Well, good evening, everybody. My name is James Grant. I'm the Director of Sales for Q Sciences, and we just want to welcome you out tonight for our weekly product call. And tonight we have a special guest with us tonight. We have a doctor that is a phenomenal doctor, has spent years in learning about and researching how to get the proper nutrients into the body and how and what type of medium that it takes in order to make that happen. And we have a doctor with us by the name of Dr. Clive Spray, and he has started in research. He has degrees from back over in England and Europe, and has since moved out here to the United States and has continued his education and continued his research. In fact, he has different patents that he has developed in his research and as he's gone through his education and knowledge, and he's just a wonderful person that has so much information to share tonight that we're thrilled that he's with us. And he's going to talk to us tonight about the sprays. We have 5 different sprays that is part of the Q Science products, and we're just thrilled to have him, as he has been the doctor behind the sprays and making sure that each spray is really doing what it's supposed to be doing. And so, Dr. Spray, are you with us tonight?
Yes, I am, James.
Wonderful. We appreciate you being with us tonight. And I'm going to turn the call over to you, and I'll let you go ahead and share some information, and then you and I will have a chance to talk a little bit as we go through this call. But go ahead and if you just share with us tonight, really what makes the sprays really, really effective, and what are the benefits of the sprays as far as the mechanism goes?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for that lovely introduction, and it's such a pleasure to be able to talk about the sprays, to be here on the Q Sciences weekly product call. Wonderful products. I'm very, very passionate about them, so I love this opportunity to talk about them in a little bit more depth and try to explain the products to all the Q Science IBOs. So as James has requested, we're going to start off by giving an introduction to the sprays themselves, not each specific product, but what makes for such a good delivery system, why are sprays such a good delivery system. And spray vitamins, that's vitamins that you take by spraying them into your mouth. Very much a new and different way for people to take vitamins and other nutritional supplements, because if you think about it, we're all so used to taking tablets and capsules. But over the past few years, 15, 16 years, I've been involved in the development of a number of products that use this alternative delivery method, the spray delivery method. And if you look around, you're currently seeing more and more of this type of nutritional spray coming onto the market. Now, obviously, having been involved with nutritional sprays for so long, I'm obviously a firm believer in the power of this delivery system. It really is extremely powerful for many nutrients. And in fact, it's being shown to be a great delivery system for even some medications. There are some medicines that are being developed using the spray delivery system. However, it's also very important to remember that it does not work for everything. As I said, I'm passionate about the sprays. I wish everything would go in a spray, but it doesn't. And not everything works in the spray. So as Q Science IBOs, you need to be very aware of this. And you also need to know that Q Sciences is very much a delivery company, and your medical advisory board make sure that each and every Q product uses the best delivery method available. So when you hear me talk about the benefits of sprays and telling you what a great system it is, please remember that it does not necessarily work for everything. Great examples are the Q96 and Q Essentials. These are products that are much better suited to the tablet, the capsule, or the powder dosage forms. And To me, this is precisely what separates Q Sciences from so many other companies. Their focus is on making sure their products work. They work because they're formulated to be using the best delivery system for the job. Sprays for some products, capsules and powders for others, always with the goal of ensuring that the user gets the maximum benefit for the product. Now, at the moment, Q Science has a range of 5 different sprays. We've developed each product specifically to address what medical experts consider to be extremely important nutritional requirements that are facing the population. Now, those 5 products, they're the QB12, QBoost, QD3, QC+, and the QSleep. So there are 5 Q sprays. And just in case you're not yet familiar with these products, I want to explain exactly what they are, how they're put together, and how they're used, and the benefits of the spraying. Now, obviously, with all the Q sprays, the nutrients are blended together into liquids. These liquids are then flavored because most pure nutrients can really taste pretty awful, and it's very important part of my work to make sure that the products taste good. Just in case you're wondering, we only use natural flavors, and in the Q sprays, you'll never find any artificial colorings or anything like that. So once the liquid product's been formulated, it's packaged in a sealed metal tube with a special pump that delivers the fine mist when you use the product. Tremendous benefits to this. The product is sealed, so it's completely safe from any possibility of any tampering. It's also protected from light and air, so that keeps the nutrients inside the sprays just as fresh as possible. Now, when you use the Q sprays, you direct the spray directly into the mouth. You spray directly into the mouth. You spray the product, and then you hold the liquid in your mouth for a few seconds, 30 seconds, something like that, before you swallow. Now remember, the mouth is the first step of the gastrointestinal tract, the GI tract. What happens here in the mouth is that this mist, this fine mist, it coats the inside lining of the cheek, also known as the buccal mucosa. Here, some of the nutrients in the mist will be absorbed very, very fast. In just a few seconds, they can be absorbed across the lining of the mouth, and any that are not absorbed immediately, if you swallow too soon, they get absorbed as they travel down the GI tract. So really, it's a very, very simple process, very efficient process as well. Now, what are the key benefits of this spray delivery system? What are the key advantages of taking nutrients this way? First, sprays are convenient. These spray tubes, they easily fit into your purse, into your pocket. They're very easy to take with you wherever you go. If you're traveling, you can make sure you've always got your vitamins with you. You can take them at any time as well. You can take them on to planes. They very easy. You don't need a glass of water to help swallow tablets. You don't have to measure out specific weights of powders to mix in with water. Sprays are just easy, they're simple, they're convenient. Now, probably the key and the reason behind the development of sprays, the nutrients in the sprays are bioavailable. That is, we formulate the products with nutrients in a form that the body can absorb and use the right way. It's well known that there are examples of some nutritional products that the body has a really hard time breaking down. It's going to be pretty obvious to everyone on this call that if a product doesn't break down, then the nutrients that it contains cannot be absorbed by the body. If they can't be absorbed by the body, they can't do that body any good. By contrast, what we have with the sprays are the nutrients in a liquid form, ready for immediate absorption, ready for immediate utilization by the body. Remember, it's all about absorption when it comes to nutrition. If a nutrient doesn't get absorbed into the body, it's not going to do any good at all. It's going to go straight through you and be a waste of money. Now, as IBOs, you should also consider the following. Because of this absorption and bioavailability factor, there are several groups of people who may be particularly susceptible to poor absorption of nutrients. And in fact, even though the sprays are an excellent way to take nutrients for everybody, for the following groups of people, I go so far as to say that the sprays are pretty much essential, and they provide probably the best chance for certain groups of people getting any nutritional supplementation. Now, people I'm talking about, anybody who's had any kind of stomach or gastric bypass surgery for weight loss. This type of surgery makes it very difficult to absorb many of the nutrients from the stomach and intestines. Now, of course, a lot of people who cannot or just don't want to swallow pills, so sprays offer a great effective solution for them. A lot of older people just do not like swallowing tablets. A lot of people are on a lot of medication which is given by tablet, and the last thing they want to do is start taking their nutrients in as more tablets. So wonderful option for them. And frighteningly, a lot of people over the age of 50, 55 years old, they suffer from malabsorption problems. They can't absorb certain nutrients. So again, taking them by spray really seems to offer a tremendous benefit for people in well, it's not middle age anymore. 50 years old, you're still young. So tremendous segments of the population can really benefit from taking nutrients in spray form. So when you use any of the Q sprays, with every mist into your mouth, you get a precise metered dose of the highest quality formulations. And remember, the Q sprays don't contain any artificial flavors, they don't contain any colors, and they don't contain any of the common allergens like starch, wheat, gluten, dairy, and I want to assure you that all the sweeteners and flavors in the sprays, they're all natural, good, healthy nutrients. So with that, I hope I've given a little bit of a background to the spray system. James, do you have any questions or anything you'd like me to expand on?
I have a couple questions for you. One, before I actually ask you the question, I agree. Years ago, we used to always be able to say, you are what you eat. Mm-hmm. And the more and more studies that are coming out that is no longer true, because it doesn't matter what you eat anymore, because it can go straight through you. It's what your body absorbs is what you are. And I just really appreciate how you've made these the sprays in such a manner that they're able to get absorbed into our system. So my question I have for you, Dr. Spray, is number one, if I have the multiple sprays, how often can I put them all in my mouth at the same time and just go, squirt, 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 or do you recommend one at a time? And also, is there a mechanism as far as where I should spray that fine mist? Do I spray it on my tongue, under the tongue, down my throat, or where would you recommend that actually takes place?
Well, those are great questions, and I'd love to say just a couple of seconds on you are what you eat. We don't absorb from the food very well anyway, and what we're eating is deteriorating year by year, so that's something also to remember. Can you take all the sprays at once? We may or may not talk about this a little bit later, but obviously you don't take the Q sleep spray other than at bedtime. The B12 and the QD3 can be taken at the same time, and I take those both together and in the morning before I start my day, because I like to make sure I've got my B12 for the day, and my D3, which is absolutely a most essential nutrient that people are finding out more and more about. The QC Plus can be taken throughout the day, and the Q Boost also taken throughout the day. Can you take all the products at the same time? Probably you don't want to take all four all at once. Best to space them out, even if it's only by about 5 minutes between each product, but space them out a little bit. It helps with the maximum absorption. Now, where do you direct it in the mouth? Ideally onto the sides of the cheek. That's where the best absorption sites are known. There's also a lot of absorption sublingually, which is under the tongue. So obviously some liquid will dribble down below the tongue, but if you can keep it in your mouth for a few seconds, as I mentioned earlier, if you can keep it there for 30 or so seconds before swallowing, you get the maximum benefit. So I think I've covered the questions.
Yeah, you did. Fantastic, Dr. Spray. And so tonight, on one of the sprays, I know we wanted to go through a few of them, and one of the sprays that I think, I just feel like we need to get the word out a little bit more is the one that is Q Boost. Can you share with us, in fact, when I very first saw this, I actually thought it was for boosting energy, and I later realized it's for boosting metabolism. But would you share with us, and let's talk a little bit about the benefits of the Q Boost.
I would love to. Great product, and maybe a little bit misunderstood, or so let me say a little bit about it. It is designed to do three things, and one of those is increase your energy just a little bit. But as well as increasing your energy, it's been designed to help reduce appetite and act as the natural metabolic booster. So what I'm saying, it may help promote the burning of unwanted fat in your system, at the same time as giving more energy, because it's metabolizing your food better. It contains nutrients which are involved in metabolic processes in the conversion of the components of food into energy. But putting it all in very straightforward terms, it should be used as part of any weight loss system. I do want to emphasize, Q Boost is not a weight loss cure-all. We all know that successful weight loss programs involve a combination of many factors. You can't just take one thing and expect all the weight to disappear. You have to change a lot of things to successfully lose weight. And Q Boost has been developed to help this process. When people are using it, not only do we see a reduction in appetite, just a small reduction in appetite, but we also see that because of the specific nutrients it contains, it does help to boost the energy, and it does help with boosting metabolism. So it makes your body process what it's taking in more efficiently. Now, if I got a couple of minutes, if I can say a little bit more about weight loss, we know how important it is to our health and our well-being that we maintain the correct weight, but we know it can be a major problem for a lot of people. And Q Boost, it helps to give sort of a positive reinforcement because of its nutrients. When you keep your metabolism and your energy levels up, it helps you feel better as the weight's coming off. You don't. Some people, they go on such restrictive diets, they lose. Their immune system breaks down, their energy levels drop to nothing, they get depressed. But with a little bit of nutrition, the proper nutrition, what Q Boost is providing, it helps to keep your body functioning correctly as the weight's coming off. When should the product be used? As I was saying earlier, throughout the day, but a physician who uses this product, who specializes in weight loss, and he uses this product in his program, he suggests 4 sprays before each meal, about 10 to 15 minutes before each meal. And he's had an awful lot of success using it this way. It can also be used to help take away hunger cravings, and in that case, we suggest a couple of sprays. When you get that hunger craving, it can help to curb that hunger pang, using it as kind of a snack replacement. And of course, because you're taking these sprays throughout the day, you need to remember you will not overdose on anything in the Q Boost. Very, very gentle levels of the nutrients. So if you do exceed the 8 sprays a day, it's extremely safe, extremely natural. Who should be taking this product? Anybody who is on any type of weight loss program, and anybody who's really interested in the metabolic boost that the product can offer to ensure that your dietary intake, that the cofactors are there to process what you're taking in efficiently. So James, any more questions on the Q Boost? Because it is a very, very important product.
I've learned more because of some of the things you've just taught us tonight, Dr. Spray. So thank you on Q Boost. I've realized that I could be utilizing that spray a lot more in my daily routine than I have been in the past. When you say we can do it before each meal, 10 minutes before each meal, just 4 quick sprays to help get the metabolism going, that's fantastic. And I think that's great advice, and we can use that. So thank you. I wanted to get a little bit to one of the other sprays tonight. I know that every one of our sprays are so unique and are so great in their own way. But can we talk a little bit about the D3, the QD3, and some of the benefits that comes from that particular spray?
I would love to. Probably my favorite vitamin, vitamin D3. As you can guess, QD3 contains a single nutrient, vitamin D3. So much could be said about vitamin D3, but what exactly does it do? This is going to be a very, very abbreviated list of the benefits of vitamin D3 because it's such an incredibly important vitamin. For years, it's known to be important for giving you a strong skeleton, for strong bones, because it helps in the absorption of calcium and phosphorus. Those are 2 minerals that are essential for developing the structure and strength of our bones. But over the last few years, there's been an enormous amount of research into the importance of vitamin D, and it's now known to be essential not only for your general good health, for your skeleton, but also for your immune system, for muscle function, for cardiovascular function, because it can help to ensure a healthy heart and the circulation system. It's important for your respiratory system to give you healthy lungs and airways. It's important for brain development, and it's even being shown to have a role in combating the development of certain cancers. And it's quite a list, but there's a lot more. Vitamin D deficiency is also associated with certain autoimmune diseases like multiple sclerosis. With obesity, people who suffer from obesity are shown to be vitamin D deficient. Also, vitamin D deficiency associated with the incidence of asthma. It's incredible. Vitamin D research is probably one of the most active fields of nutritional research. Every week I'll see something new about it. Some of it's red herrings, and there's no real basis, but it's such an active field of research. it's well worth keeping an eye on any vitamin D research. It's so important to your general health. Some people consider its benefits to the immune system. It's as beneficial as getting something like the flu shot each year if you just keep your vitamin D levels up. So very important nutrient. Why do we need to supplement? Because the majority of the population is deficient, plain and simple. Over the past few years, doctors have slowly begun testing vitamin D levels, and for the U.S., I believe the current estimate is that 77% of us are deficient. It's an incredible number, and frankly, a number we should be ashamed of. It's a readily available nutrient. So who should take vitamin D3, the QD3? Everybody, without question, everyone. As I said earlier, I take my 8 sprays beginning of the day, but it can be taken any time of day. You can take it whatever is the most convenient way for you. You can take 4 sprays twice a day, 8 sprays all at once at any time of day. Whatever fits your schedule. That's the beauty of the sprays and all the Q sprays. They're so easy to use. So I would love to talk for hours about vitamin D3, but I will hand it back to you, James.
Well, thank you. One of the questions I have for you tonight is all D3s created equal, and what makes our D3 different than other D3s?
Our D3 is superior because it's spray delivery. It's a simple answer to a wonderful question. You can buy tablets of D3 in Costco. We have seen some studies that show very good results for the absorption of spray D3.
Okay.
It's a carefully thought out formula. Everything about the formulation is designed to be effective, to be absorbed well, to be the optimum potency for the product.
Well, and you and I've had a chance to talk before. When I first came on to Q Sciences, before this on my annual physical, I had my blood drawn and they did a D3 test and I was deficient. And the doctor said just go down to any store and pick up a vitamin D capsule. And I did. And I was taking that on a regular basis. And yet when I started here, we had the D3 test and I took the test. And I actually failed it miserably. My D3 levels were miserably low. In fact, it did not even bring it to the bare minimum standard. And as we talked, you told me that, hey, James, try the spray. The capsules that I was taking that I got from Costco and the regular grocery stores were just not getting absorbed into my body. And so I want to report back to you, Dr. Spray, my own personal experience that I took the D3, and you mentioned to me that while you're trying to actually, if you're in a deficient state, that you can actually take 16 sprays a day. So I upped my D3 sprays to 16, and I took another D3 test. It was about 45 days later. And I'm here to tell you that I passed with flying colors. It was actually sufficient at this point, and I had the D3 that needed to be there. And so I am a firm believer that you have come up with an incredible mechanism to get the D3 actually into the system through the bioavailability of that spray to give us the benefits that we all need for the D3. So I want to thank you for that, for what you've done.
Well, thank you, James, and it's information like that make everything worthwhile, to know that it's providing a benefit. And I can almost guarantee you that you may have not noticed an immediate improvement in overall health, but believe me, you will find that you suffer from less colds, you're just generally healthier. having got your vitamin D levels up to where they should be.
And I'm excited for those benefits. I wanted to ask one other question because that was sort of my story, and I sort of shared a little bit of the answer, but I wanted you to give me a little bit more detail because I'm sure we have people on the call that are deficient in vitamin D as well. And what should they do in order to increase the deficiency so that they're not deficient anymore? And is it possible to, if a little bit is good, a lot's better, and an extreme amount must be great? Is there some balancing there that you could share with us for someone that is deficient in vitamin D as far as what they should do?
Definitely, and I love that. If a little bit's good, more's got to be even better. That's not always true, but if you know you're deficient and you've been told that you're vitamin D deficient, then as I suggested to James, 16 sprays a day would be an ideal number to start with. That way you're taking 10,000 IUs per day, a perfectly safe level. There is absolutely no evidence, nothing in the medical literature to say that 10,000 IUs per day is anything but fine. If your levels are good, then you could take 4 or 8 sprays a day. I know my levels are good. I'm very happy taking 8 sprays a day because I don't want those levels to drop. If you, as James says, if a little is good, more is better, and just taking an awful lot must be even better. No, you don't really want to go above the 10,000 IUs, the 16 sprays a day. You won't do yourself any harm, but it's just not needed. Even people taking hundreds of thousands of IUs on a regular basis, there has been no side effects noted and reported, but you're unlikely to be doing yourself any increased good, so it's just not a good idea. Just stick to, if you're deficient, 16 sprays a day until you're in the normal range, and then drop to the 8 sprays a day. And I hope that's answered that, James.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. So we just want to say thank you. I know that there's 3 other sprays that we didn't even have a chance to really get to today, the B12, the QB12, the QC+, and the Q-Sleep, which are all phenomenal. I know that today, as we talked earlier, that we really wanted to try to focus on specific ones on this call tonight. So thank you, Dr. Spray, for joining us on this call. To wrap up on this call, I wanted to do something special tonight. We did a promotion at the Rocky Mountain Summit just a few weeks ago on the sprays themselves. And we've talked about the D3 tonight. And so I'm going to open up that promotion that everybody on this call, and for tomorrow, and I'm going to say tomorrow only because I'll have to share it with the IBO Success team so that they're ready for it. But for tomorrow, anybody that wants to call in to IBO Success and order all 5 sprays, we will throw in the D3 test. It's a $20 test, and we will throw that in as part of that. So if you order all 5 sprays, the wholesale cost for that is going to be $74.95. It will carry a 45 PV, and we will throw in a D3 test kit for free so that you can test your own levels for the D3 that you just ordered. And so, again, I'm going to be sharing that with the IBO Success so they're ready for that starting tomorrow, and that's going to be available for you guys to order tomorrow. All 5 sprays, and you will get the D3 kit for free that will be included with those as well. So Again, Dr. Spray, thank you for joining us. We learn every time you join us on these phone calls, and we learn more about the effectiveness of the spray. So thank you very much, and we want to thank all those people that have joined us tonight. We appreciate you joining us on this new number as we roll over to a new service provider to provide us better service for the growing numbers. So everyone, have a great night, and we look forward to answering more questions about products next Thursday night. Always join us, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, every Thursday evening, and we go over the different products of Q Sciences. So have a great night, and we'll talk to you later. Goodbye, everyone.